Capitan Beefheart. We're going to be taking a look at Nuff and Yes I Do from the Safe as Milk album, total classic. And this was the period that briefly featured Ry Cooder on the guitar until he got just too sick of Captain Beefheart's antics at that time in his life. But undoubtedly a really great piece of guitar work by Ry on this. So let's take a look at how to play the basic thing. It's in open A tuning, same as open G tuning, Spanish, just a tone higher. So E, A, C sharp, E, gives you an open A chord. If you skip the 6th string and place your thumb on the 5th string root, and then with your index finger or pick if you prefer, you can just do this little pattern. That will serve you well throughout this piece. Now for the intro, you're going to start off on the 4th string, and with the slide you're going to go, so 4th string sliding and then playing the open string below on the 3rd string. So that's the first 2 notes, 1, 2, and then you're going to play sliding into the 3rd string to the open E string, and then sliding straight up to the 5th fret. So all of that together. Okay, and you play that twice. And then straight into the 4 chord, which is just barring right across the 5th fret. So you want to grab your 4th and 3rd strings with your thumb and index, and then afterwards you're going to grab your 3rd and 2nd string like this. So 4 and 3, 3 and 2, okay? 1 and 2, and 3 and 4, 1, 2, and 1. So coming out of that 2nd bar on beat 3, you're going to slide back to the 3rd fret, catch the top string, which is like an A7, catch that string, and it's good to take your fingers off here and just have the slide raw. You've got a better chance of catching that note. And then you're going to grab the 2nd and 3rd strings above it, sliding off. It's a little bit like a Robert Johnson riff from a few of his tunes, like Traveling Riverside Blues. He did something like that. Very cool. So let's play that verse pattern. 4 chord. And then up to the 7th fret for the 5 chord. Same as before. 4 chord. Okay, so that turnaround as you come out of this verse, you're going to land on the 1 on the root note, and then you're going to jump to the 3rd fret, and you're going to pick strings 6, 4, 3. So you're kind of pedaling this open root note here. Okay, so you can start off with your fingers on strings 5, 4 and 3 with the thumb, index and middle, and that'll help you go. Okay, once again. Open, and then slide from the 2nd fret, 5th string, to the open E, and then the octave E, and then just catch these 2 strings, 1 and 3. Okay, so that last part. And be straight into the start of the 2nd verse. So that turnaround all together. And it pretty much does that for the whole rest of the song, apart from this break in the third verse where the rhythm section cuts. I'll show you the timing for that, okay? We're going to go on to the 4 chord as usual. 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, so you're going to drop out there. So what you want to do is, as you're playing through that bar, you're at the 5th fret. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Now that and, I'm using the top 2 strings on the 3rd fret, like that. And then when you come back in, you're back in on beat 2. If you find it difficult to count, just listen to the recording, the original recording a bunch of times, play along with it and get a feel for when that's happening, and then go to the backing track and try it with that. Just get it into your head where it happens, get a feel for it. But initially you can do some listening and some counting and figure it out in your mind before you figure it out with your fingers. Okay, so one more time, we'll play through that a little bit. And when you come back in, after the stop, on beat 2, the next bar, you're going to come in on that slide. Okay, so sliding on the 3rd string, sort of from the 2nd fret to the 3rd and off. Should give you an idea of how to play those breaks. So that takes care of, you know, the verse pattern is basically the same all the time. The singing is always coming in on that 4 chord, so the start of the verse happens here. So it just keeps that pattern all the way through. Once you've gotten through the intro section, it's just doing that all the way through, and you can do that as rudimentarily or as complicated as you like, as long as you're in the groove, you know. When it gets to after the harmonica solo, we go to a 1 chord groove there, and there's no more chord changes for the rest of the song. So the first block of 4 I fill with, by 4 I mean 4 bars. So I fill that with this. Okay, so all I'm doing there is sliding up to the 12th fret and brushing up with the index finger, and then keeping time. And the same again. And sliding from the 12th to the 15th, which is the equivalent of playing the 7 down here. Okay, so I'm going back to the 3rd fret, keeping time. At this point, remember the band and the vocals and everything have previously been in, and this is a section where it's kind of dropped down to a bit of a low down groove on the 1 chord. So you don't need to play as busily as before when you're not doing your slide. You can just drop out and go. Even a little bit of palm muting. Okay, so once you get through that little section, I go straight into this, which kind of mirrors the vocal line, "Stick with me and I'll stick with you." I repeat that 4 times. It's real simple. It's just the 8th fret to the 5th fret to the 3rd fret, and then on the 3rd string, 3rd fret, do the little slide to the open string. So 5 things. Oh, excuse me. And then once I get through 4 repetitions of that move, I then was playing this little thing to finish off. Okay, so 3rd fret, and then 5th fret, 3rd fret, open with the slide. So those 2 at the 3rd fret, sliding up to the 5th. Another way to do that would be on 1 string, and you're going to be up at the 10th fret, to the 7th, to the 5th, to the 3rd, open. I like it down here because you get this kind of bleeding in of the 2 first notes. And then to finish off, I just kind of hit the middle 2 strings here as I'm coming out of that riff. And play them a little sharp, just for good blues measure. Let's try that again. Like that. Just get your vibrato going. Okay, so that is the tune. If you haven't played slide before, or you don't even own a slide, I'll do a little video just covering how to play on a regular guitar without the slide. This particular guitar is in E-flat tuning just now, so if you can tune to E-flat for this part of the lesson to learn it with me, that's fine. Otherwise, it's pretty simple. It's just using an A chord form, so you can transpose that into your guitar or whatever you want to do. Okay, so the basic rhythm accompaniment, on the 1 chord, you just got an A chord, and you're just going to do a down strum on the bass, and then you're going to strum up with the pick, replicating what I was doing with fingerstyle on the slide. Okay, there's 2 places you can add fingers here to give it an effect like the slide was doing. You can do it here, or you can do the octave here on the G string at the 5th fret with the pinky. I like that second one, sounds kind of good because it cuts through. Okay, so that'd be the 1 chord. When it changes to the 4 chord, I'm going to do down strums. Okay, so just moving through the 1, 4, 5, using really the bass end of the guitar. So the key difference there being that on the 4 and the 5 chord, I'm using down, down strum pattern. And then when I come back to the 1, back to a down, up. Okay, so that's the basics. When it comes to the 3rd verse with the breaks in it, do something like this. So okay, so again, just do it with counting initially. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and so down, up, and you're just going to grab that C note on the A string and then cut, and then when you come back in, just like the slide guitar was coming in on that bend, you can come in here. then back again one more time. So that should see you right. Pretty simple. Have fun with this one. It's a cracking tune. I've always wanted to play it. Hope you enjoy it too. See you guys soon. Cheers.